Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's get you over to Raymond James Stadium for the home opener. On the call, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Levante David in on the tackle. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
For a lot of people, there are pros and cons to playing close to home in the NFL. But for Adam Thielen, it's nothing but pros. Grew up not too far from the Twin Cities, loves being a Viking, and is a really dependable third down receiver.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. First down, here's the run with Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This is what the defense is going to look like for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And this is a guy who cares totally about his team. He will do whatever it takes for a play to be successful and for his team to win. I've seen him become a lead blocker on running plays, even though I'm sure his coaches don't want him anywhere near that pile.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Push him back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Defensively, let's go ahead and meet the starting 11 for Minnesota. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On third down, Cousins, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. On 2nd and 9, Winston, and that is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Pass from Winston into the hands of Brait, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a second award in week 2 of the season.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Winston now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Winston now. Over the middle, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous.
Winston. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins throwing the out route and complete. It's Lamb. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. 3 down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, Cousins. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll run on first down. Cook.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Play fake. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Cook running right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Jameis again. And he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check, check. Lucky.
Cousins on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with the hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go. Let's go.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On third down, Winston. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
Let's go, let's go!
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They run, Cook, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
On play action, Cousins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Here comes the boom! I see you, boy! I see you!
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. It looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Now Winston.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Here's Winston.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
On 3rd down, Benjamin. He's got the first down and more past midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Benjamin, and he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. They'll run with Cook. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They start the drive with Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gay is on for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, It's darn close.
This will be fielded at the 8. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. From just shy of midfield, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a 1-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter with Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Draw play. Cousins to Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. The Vikings on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away.
Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now on 2nd and 13, Winston. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Keep playing hard.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Winston again. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Winston now. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Winston on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Cousins here to throw. Benjamin's got it. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.